Welcome back. The business of e-commerce is big. ByondXR uses XR technology to create virtual stores. The company recently partnered with Lancome to create a full-scale simulation of its stores worldwide. And we want to get into it now with XR CEO Noam Levavi. Noam, great to have you today. Thanks very much for being here. This whole idea of virtual visits is so fascinating, and I want to know the impact on business. Tell us more about the company and what you've created here with Lancome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. So at ByondXR, we basically have built a platform that brings the best properties of the physical world into the online world, creating a perfect harmony between the two. So we empower brands and retailers to engage their audience by simulating their stores and showrooms in extremely realistic 3D environments, basically presenting their brands and products in a much more immersive way. So the challenge today with online shopping is that it's not only the experience is dull and boring in many senses, but 2D imagery is just not good enough for many products. In physical stores, buyer can inspect products and intuitively get information to support a purchasing decision. But when it comes to the online world, it's a whole different playground. And experiences were originally built for the physical, stores are not really translating well into the two-dimensional feed and images. So if you think about it, more than 20 years ago, Amazon started their online marketplace for selling books, and since then they basically upgraded to many other products. But anything that related to e-commerce has not been really changed, the past 2 decades. It's the same tedious 2D feeds, endless scrolling, very different from the experience that we have in physical store. So basically, what we do at ByondXR, we help our customers, like brands and retailers, build their own virtual stores environment, creating a different type of immersion, so people can navigate and explore, products, inspect them in a 360 environment, and they can use just the regular devices. So you don't need any special device, just using smartphones or desktop. People can navigate in those spaces, look at products, try them also as an AR experience. So think about if you want to buy a new, let's say, a furniture or a chair to your living room, you can actually place it also in your physical space and see how it looks like. So it's a kind of a merging between AR and VR using just regular websites. And brands like Lancome actually use this to create their new pop-up stores, the new virtual stores, taking, again, the traditional 2D feeds and creating a 360 experience where people can navigate, talk to sales representative, play games within the stores. But eventually, it's about creating engagement and how to fit the experience to the right audience with a goal, to sell more and eventually,
when you've got that kind of experience, it will encourage you to shop and spend money, right, Noam? I mean, the global augmented reality and virtual reality market projected to reach upwards of $70 billion in 2024. Tell me what the environment feels like right now. Are you seeing this resonate with customers? What are you expecting in terms of growth?
Yeah, so I think that, the pandemic, COVID-19, has basically subcharged all things. So the growth of online shopping, from the total purchasing, grew the past year, I think, more than the previous 5 years. So we see a huge growing on the online world. And basically, the pandemic made it impossible for retailers to rely on physical buying interactions. So buyers don't travel to showrooms and consumers don't visit the stores as they used to do. All major retailers are desperately looking for new ways to engage their customers, and we see it very strongly, specifically in the past, I think, 6 to 9 months. Digital transformation is always an important topic for many companies, but but today, basically, those brands are not embracing quickly this type of technological innovation will stay behind and eventually will cease to exist. So we see more and more demand of this, specifically when the brands realize that it actually helps their customers, choose the right product for them, and eventually, helping conversion. So in stores, the conversion is much higher than online, shopping like e-commerce sites. And with this type of technology, we kind of bridging the gap. So we give a better experience that fit the customers and eventually, also help on those KPIs, increasing sales, conversion.
All right, Noam, we'll be watching. Thanks very much for being here. Looks very cool. Noam Levavi joining us there. Stay with us. We'll be right back.